hope we're on. All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Bourbon Basement. I'm Steve.
And I'm Emma.
And Emma is my mama. And it's a happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Mother's Day, of course, being this weekend. So I've got a special guest because Ryan wasn't here. So we got Mama on the show. And what we're going to do today, Mom, is we're going to do Mary Dowling bourbon. And Mary Dowling is the mother of bourbon. So it's a Mother's Day episode.
Very appropriate.
Very appropriate.
There you go.
So, guys, I am going to say a little bit about your fingers and everything. So we're going to go with the way it is. Going to say a little bit about our show tonight. It's on a phone. Don't know if you can hear me very good or not. I hope it works. But we got new mics, new cameras, new everything for our setup. And me being the tech wizard that I am, couldn't get any of it to work. So Ryan wasn't here. So he...
Yeah, keep on going.
Okay, well, don't... Just quit adjusting. It's good. I think you made it worse, but it's fine.
No,
all right. So anyway, the phone is going to be the way it is until we get our stuff worked out. But I hope it works out all right. I hope you all still comment. Our producer is going to be in charge of the comments. She'll let me know when there is one. Probably you may even hear her read it off to us, and we'll answer like that. But we're going to start talking about Mary Dowling, the mother of bourbon, in honor of Mother's Day. That's right. And happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you, son.
You're looking forward to Mother's Day, aren't you?
I am. We're fixing to go on vacation.
Yeah, you are.
Girls trip.
So she won't be here for her sons, but she'll be with her favorite child. Her favorite child she's going on a trip with. But that's okay. I mean, I got her card anyway.
Moms don't have a favorite.
I got her card anyway.
Moms don't
They
have
know
a favorite.
that. They know that.
All right. So Mary Dowling was born Mary Murphy. She was the eldest of 10 children, and she was born right here in Bourbon County, which it was in 1859, so Bourbon County was probably a lot bigger then. But she was born in Bourbon County, although she was raised in Lexington, right up the road from us, right? Mm-hmm. All right, so at the age of 15, so she was almost getting up there to where, you were too old to get married back then.
Wow.
But at the age of 15, she married John Dowling. John was from Lawrenceburg, and so she moved back to Lawrenceburg with him, where he was an established cooperage. Cooper, I guess. He had a cooperage, which makes the barrels, Mm-hmm. And then he also had a distillery. It wasn't long for John to realize that Mary had a really good business sense. To be a young lady and to come from no business background, she had a really good business sense. And it kind of developed not only their partnership in marriage, but into a partnership in business as well. And it wasn't long before they owned 3 different distilleries and a cooperage and had 8 or 9 kids. The history is split on that one. Some of the things I read say 8 kids. Some of the things I read say 9. So she had 8 or 9 kids by the time she was 39 years old. All right.
A lot of kids.
Now, in 1886, they moved into the Dowling Hall, which I don't know if they named it the Dowling Hall or if it got named that later, but it was a giant 10-square-foot mansion right there in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, Anderson County. And so I'm guessing they're probably like top of the line, richest people in Anderson County at this time. Okay, they're competing with these other big bourbons mm-hmm. and stuff. This is it was called, what was their daggone bourbon? Waterfield and Fraser or something. So it was a big time bourbon. But they moved to this mansion, which still stands today, and you can take tours of it. I don't know what the tours consist of, but they have open houses. For Mother's Day, they have like a tea brunch or something there. So it's kind of cool. But anyway, I want to be in the basement. I want to go to that mansion and go to the basement because that's where all the action happened in this story. So anyway, it was kind of a true rags to riches story for Mary, right? Now, in 1903, tragically, John passed away. So 1886, they moved in this big mansion. John passed away in 1903. Mary was 44 years old. Now, her family, even though Mary had a lot of the business sense and was a true partner to John, it doesn't mean the rest of the world's going to see her that way, right? So John passed away, so kind of the clout to that distillery also passed away. But instead of Mary selling everything off and retiring rich and just living a good life after that, she decided to step up and run the Dowling Empire. All right? So she became the first woman and the only woman at that time to run a major distillery in a male-dominated industry, right?
How did she learn how?
She'd been doing it for years since she'd been married. She was 15 years old.
Oh, okay.
She was 15 when they started, and they already had a distillery, so I'm sure she was in there doing that stuff.
Ow.
All right, so with that, being a woman and running a distillery in a man's world, she had some setbacks, right?
Of course.
And one of the first ones, her husband John passed away in 1903. In 1904, the distillery, Waterfield and Fraser, the Waterfield and Fraser distillery burnt down. All right, so what she want to do? Now, it didn't say why it burnt down. I don't know if it was a lightning strike. I don't know if it was set on fire, which you never know. You never know, right? But anyway, because it burnt down. She wanted to rebuild it. So she goes to her banks where her and John had went and got many loans in the past. And she was kind of labeled as a credit risk because she was a woman. So no one gave her a loan. So you know what Mary, the mother of bourbon, decided to do? She decided to found a bank. So basically, she bought a bank and gave herself a loan, I guess. It doesn't say that in history, but that's what I'm saying, because shortly after she founded the bank, she took money and she rebuilt her distillery as swift as she could. Not only did she rebuild it, but she improved distribution and expanded production. So now everything's running good. That was in 1904. Everything's going good. Stuff's well until 1919. And you know what happened in 1919? Have you watched any of my shows, Mom?
I have.
Do you know what happened in 1919?
I don't.
What?
I don't
Yeah.
remember.
It's prohibition.
Okay.
So prohibition
It
hits.
was a little before my time.
Are you sure?
Just a little bit. You know, as a babe, I probably heard about that.
Well, 1919, prohibition come around. Well, they passed out 10 licenses for medicinal bourbon. Only 6 of those were claimed. And Mary was denied a license to produce medicinal bourbon. Now, I don't know if she was denied because she was a woman. I don't know why she was denied, if maybe she didn't have the right political connections. But there was 10 licenses available. Only 6 were given out. So, with that, she had a lot of bourbon left. She couldn't produce anymore. But she had a lot in barrels and everything else. So she sold what she could, and most of that she sold to Julian Van Winkle, we all know was Pappy, you know. She sold a lot to him and his Stitzelweller distillery because he had a medicinal license. All right. So what she didn't sell, though, she moved into the basement of Dowling Hall. So she had barrels of bourbon stored in the basement of Dowling Hall. And this went on for 4 years. So that was 1904. I'm sorry, trying to catch myself up here. Prohibition, Mary Dowling. All right, so now Prohibition, when it come along, it didn't just it didn't just shut down her distilleries where she couldn't produce anymore. It kind of destroyed the Anderson County area. All of Lawrenceburg was kind of like shut down. So she being the richest woman in Anderson County, she gave back to the community. She built hospitals so the poor could have health care. She also did stuff for charities and helped out all that way. But in World War I, she even led in the sale of the Liberty bonds. You remember ever hearing about those?
I do.
So the Liberty bonds.
I have a few.
Yeah. So that was in 1919. In 1923, so 4 years, like I said, the government went around and they were putting these stings on places. Now, there was rumors, and maybe Mary did help the community in other ways with the bourbon in the basement of the Dowling Hall. And there was rumors about that. Well, there was a known bootlegger that helped the government go around and kind of bust people that were doing illegal activities with bourbon. Well, they raided Dowling Hall. And when they raided Dowling Hall, they arrested Mary and 4 of her adult children, 2 sons and 2 daughters. And that began a 5-year scandalous, big-time trial, right? Mary was on trial for basically bootlegging, but she was charged with the violating the dry laws is what she was charged with. So big 5-year battle went and pursued, where she became, during all this court battles and during this time when she after she had been arrested and the trial was going on, she wasn't in jail. She was out while the trial was going on. But the government seized all of her Waterfield and Fraser bourbon, right? Well, then the warehouse wall that was seized, it burnt down. So the warehouse with all that bourbon burnt down. But they could not find her bourbon in the remnants of the fire. So all of her barrels of her bourbon mysteriously disappeared before that fire happened. So she was outraged about that and wanted answers, which she never got. But anyway, so she went on. The trial went on, and in 1926, Mary and her children were convicted of violating the dry laws. So that's 3 years, 23 to 26. But that's not where her story ends, because she appealed it immediately, and it ends up going all the way to the Supreme Court, who denies it. But I'll talk about that in a minute. So she appealed it. Well, while Mary appealed the dry law, or the verdict,
Ow.
she hired a guy named Joe Beam. And we all know the Beam family, very famous bourbon family. She hired a guy named Joe Beam and 2 of his sons, and she wanted them to dismantle the distillery that she had just rebuilt, that Waterfield and Fraser distillery. She wanted them to dismantle it and move it to Mexico. And they did. So they dismantled the distillery. They moved it to, I'll probably say this wrong, but Juarez, Mexico, just across the El Paso border, right? All right. So just across the El Paso border. And they rebuilt the distillery in Mexico and started producing the Waterfield and Fraser bourbon again. All right. Now, you all think that, it's not bourbon, it's in Mexico. Well, at that time, that wasn't a law. That didn't come until 1964, right? So she starts producing this Waterfield and Fraser bourbon in Mexico. 1 year. It took Jim Beam and them 1 year, maybe less, maybe a little bit more, but from 26 to 27, they rebuilt this distillery. Jim Beam, I said. It's Joe Beam, I'm sorry. Anyways, so she builds her new distillery, legally producing large amounts of her bourbon in Mexico. All right. It still wasn't allowed to come to the United States, but somehow it got smuggled in. We don't know. I don't know if Mary had anything to do with it, or, maybe somebody just wanted it, but somehow it gets into the States, and it hurts enough with the distilleries that have a license for medicinal bourbon that it's cutting into their profits. So enough of it's moving into the States that it cuts into their profits. But it didn't matter. The whole time this was going on, she's back and forth to Mexico. She's running this distillery, her and her kids. All this stuff is going on. And the appeal is still going on. So her trials are still going on. And every time something happens, she just keeps moving it up. Well, in 1928, the Supreme Court refused to hear the case. They said, we're not dealing with it. We're not doing it. So the original verdict gets cast. So the guilty come down. So to keep Mary, to keep her mama out of jail, the 2 sons, happy Mother's Day, Mom, will go to jail so you don't have to. So the 2 sons, they do go to jail. They get sentenced to 1 year in jail. All right. They ended up serving 6 months. So big Mother's Day gift. A lot bigger than I gave you. That's for sure. Big Mother's Day gift.
For sure.
Her 2 sons, they went to jail. Mary was sentenced with a hefty fine of $10,000 back then, which is about $200,000 today.
Mhm.
All right. And her daughters that were involved in this, they just kind of got a warning or a slap on the wrist, as we call it, to not do this again, you know. So this whole time that bourbon's going. Now, Mary Dowling, she passed away in 1930. So that was 1928. 2 years after her sentencing and everything goes down, she passed away in 1930 at the age of 71.
Oh.
3 years before Prohibition ended. So she didn't get to see that. But the whole time, the new distillery over there was called D&W. I forgot to mention that. It was the D&W distillery that was in Mexico. That distillery continued to produce bourbon in Juarez, Mexico until 1964, when the Congress passed a law that said bourbon had to be produced in the United States. So the whole time they produced bourbon at that distillery in Juarez, Mexico. Now, Mary, mother of bourbon, she got inducted to the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame last year.
Oh.
So she's in there. But today, the bourbon that you see now with Mary Dowling, it doesn't come from the D&W distillery because it can't be bourbon. It comes from Mexico. They're probably producing tequila or vodka, if that distillery's still up.
Mhm.
Tequila would probably be
Mhm.
my guess. But I don't even know if that distillery's going. The ones that she had in the United States, in Lawrenceburg, they're not around anymore. So there's nothing that took them over or this. There's nothing left of them. But the house, the Dowling Manor is still there. So the Dowling Manor is still there. So that's cool. But this particular bourbon, it says, I don't know if you can read that, but it says Waterfield and Fraser Distillery, Mary Dowling. All right. It says sole proprietor. So that's what it says on the bottles, but it comes from Rabbit Hole, if y'all didn't know that. The Waterfield and Fraser Distillery is no more, all that. So Rabbit Hole produces this with the Mary Dowling label. So that's what this is. So we're not drinking that stuff from the 1800s and early 1900s. We're drinking what Rabbit Hole produces. It doesn't say if they try to match the mash bill or anything like that. So it could just be totally different bourbon just with their label on it, which is still cool because they're honoring Mary Dowling. They're honoring the mother of bourbon, and we're honoring her on Mother's Day.
Yeah, we are. Ow.
Ooh, that one didn't get you real
That
good.
did get me.
All right.
Fantastic story.
But that is the story of Mary Dowling.
Very interesting.
I'm sure there's more. But what do you think of these bottles? Are you? Let's ask this. Are you a bourbon drinker at all?
Not really, but I will sip it. Okay. And I
the
love.
wine drinker. She's a wine.
You're
drinker,
wine.
but
I'm wine, but that's okay. Tonight, because it's Mother's Day, I will do bourbon for my favorite.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, for my favorite youngest son.
Yes.
Oh, the youngest son. You
Yeah.
had to put that the
Yes.
clarification in there.
Exactly.
All right.
But
So,
I do love bottles. I
what do you
enjoy-
think about this
I
bottle?
like it.
It's cool, ain't it?
I do
It's a
too.
dark color too, and
It's a good color.
Yeah.
Ryan would
The
like it.
bottle, other than being smooth, it's got a bunch of
yeah.
ridges on
so
there.
it's easy to
The
handle.
label is inset into a
Yes.
smooth
Yes,
thing.
it is.
The cork, I know my wife probably, or our producer probably loves the cork.
Absolutely.
And it has a picture of Mary Dowling on there. I don't know if you can see that.
On the
I
top
didn't
of it.
Yeah, it's like
that.
etched in there. Do you see that?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's kind of her. And as I was studying about
That's
her
awesome.
and reading
Yeah.
stories about her, it actually had pictures in there. And she is, I've seen the older ones where she was in Mexico with the new distillery and
You've
stuff.
had those bottles for a while, and I've never even noticed her.
Yeah,
being
we
on the
got these bottles a while back. The one that I wanted to do tonight, she makes one. This one here is the winter wheat, Mary Dowling. It's just toasted barrels. I think this is their original product, the one that they make like the most of and probably the most affordable. This one here is your double toasted oak barrel at barrel strength. So they double barrel this one, comes in at barrel strength. So it's pretty, it's actually 125 proof. This one is.
That's why that's
Yeah,
what
that's-
I had. That
well,
was so much darker.
It's
Yeah.
double barreled as
Uh-huh.
well, so it's probably aged longer and everything else.
We have a hello all, happy Friday, you wonderful bourbon people.
Happy Friday. Does that come from the Bourbon Neophyte?
That come from Vicena.
Vice Zena. All
Yes.
right. Hi, Vice. What do you think about our co-star tonight?
Whoop whoop.
A
Much different, isn't it?
little bit shorter. A little bit shorter. Ryan's up here. I'm used to looking up here, and you're down here. A little bit shorter.
That's
All
all
right.
right.
This one, this is the winter wheat. This is the original. I think the one they do the most of. It's 91 proof. But the one that I don't own and wish I did, it is finished in tequila cast.
Oh.
So it kind of honors the Mexican heritage that she had when she moved her thing to Mexico. So they wouldn't let her produce in America. So she just moved it to Mexico and said,
Yeah.
I'll just move it and make it over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Show them, didn't you?
I'll show them.
Hey.
Well, let's get to drinking. Are you feeling adventurous? Are you feeling I better keep it smooth?
Keep it smooth.
Yeah.
So y'all think the 91
The
proof?
91 probably.
All right.
Yeah, just keep it smooth.
I'll give you I knew you was gonna say that. That's why I opened both bottles because I'm doing the cast strength tonight. I'm gonna let you do the 91 tonight.
Okay.
All right.
It says, "Oh my, Ryan has shrunk, aged, and changed gender."
Who was that?
That's Vicena too.
Oh.
He's done said you done changed genders and everything.
All right. So for Mama, I'm pouring the winter wheat, wheated mash bill, Kentucky straight bourbon
Yeah.
whiskey. It's 91 proof.
What's producer going to drink?
I'm gonna drink that.
Yeah.
You're gonna drink this or the
Yeah.
cask?
It doesn't matter.
I think you ought to drink the cask.
Okay.
So
I'm
we'll
a
give you the
beginner.
cask.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're beginner bourbon for beginner gal. And then I'm gonna pour the cast strength. Ooh, I bet the cork pops.
I heard that.
I bet they come up on that because
Did they come up?
these were good cork pops. I bet you can hear them on this microphone because they're kind of a dynamic microphone. Well, let's turn this over.
I waited too late to get it.
You waited too late.
Yeah, to get it.
There you go, produce.
Thank
Oh. All right, so Mom, when we do this is cool because I don't usually have like a bourbon drinker up here, so I can ask you questions that I've been wanting to ask, and kind of tell you
We had a comment from
Yeah.
William Hall 007. Cheers, all.
Cheers, William. I didn't invite everybody to drink,
Oh,
so
yeah.
we just now poured our bourbon. We're doing Mary Dowling. It's a Rabbit Hole product. It doesn't say that on the bottle, but it is. So if you have anything Rabbit Hole, you might want to pour one of those and kind of be in the same ballpark with us, or a Mary Dowling. That would be cool too. If not, just pull whatever you want to pour because we're here to be your drinking
That's
buddies.
right.
It's
Start the
Mother's
weekend
Day weekend, and my mother's here to be your drinking buddy.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Let's
uh,
do this.
So, when you nose a bourbon, you just kind of hold it up.
Vicena says the cork pops are back.
The cork pops are back. We may just switch to the phone full time. I don't know.
Oh,
We have so much difficulty with our other setups. I may just try to send it all back and do the phones.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right.
now, so when you're nosing that bourbon, do you get anything out of it, or are you just like smelling alcohol and you just know it's kind of an alcoholic drink?
Mainly alcohol.
Mainly alcohol.
Mhm.
And
it
the
kinda
reason,
burns your nose a little
so
bit.
you're getting some burn. So
Yeah.
when you do sniff that in, kind of have an open mouth, and that way when
Have
it
a
goes in, it
slightly-
may not burn as much because it's going to share that with your palate a little bit
Mhm.
and kind of acclimate you a little
Yeah,
bit.
slightly
Uh,
open your mouth.
But that all comes with time. So
Yeah.
just like you do drink wine. Do you smell anything when you drink your wine?
Never really thought about it.
Okay.
Sometimes.
So, but new to bourbon or newish to bourbon, like where you don't drink it all the time, you're probably not going to get a whole lot of smells or aromas out of there
no,
other than
yeah.
that alcohol.
Alcohol.
Because once you get used to it and you start drinking a little bit more,
Yeah.
you look past those smells to pull out the others. And sometimes for a beginner, it's helpful to get like not me, but what a professional might say, because then if they're saying they are smelling like, if they're smelling roses, then you can actually look for roses
Does
and
it
try
by
to.
any chance on the bottle say what the aromas are?
It doesn't have a description
It doesn't?
of them
Okay.
at all. Now, My mother is drinking the winter wheat, the 91 proof. I'm drinking the cast strength along with our producer. So,
We're gonna have.
and I'm not
different styles.
expecting you to have like
No.
a big time thing, but I do want your honest opinion of if it's good or not.
Okay.
If you do pick up any things, but I will tell you when you first drink it, take a little sip,
And hold it in your mouth.
put it in your mouth, hold it there. Don't swish it like mouthwash, but kind of
Just
move
hold
it around your tongue, and it's going to sting a little bit. And then slowly swallow it down. Just let it kind of roll over your tongue. It's going to sting a little to you at first.
That will be your acclimation.
So if you see tears coming down,
If you do it for about 5 seconds and then swallow, and
swallow.
then do it again a second time,
okay.
and then swallow, and that'll kind of prepare your taste buds and your mouth for when you can enjoy the bourbon instead of.
Yeah.
So you don't even try to get nothing out of the first two. And for me, this is 125 proof. I'm probably
What's
going to have
hers?
to do the same thing.
125.
Yeah, and yours
Yes.
is 91. So.
Yeah.
Have you smelt this one produce?
Mm-hmm.
What are you getting? It's got a unique smell. There's a unique smell in there. Of course, I'm getting a lot of cinnamon roll, kind of a yeasty kind of
Very much so. Very much so.
some kind of yeasty bread in there, but which could be the cinnamon roll. I'm getting that sugary.
It's a bready, icing,
Yes.
cinnamon type. So yeah,
Yes.
a cinnamon roll.
So cinnamon roll, it probably describes it real good.
I don't know. I get a floral.
But
scent,
see,
but
maybe
I
that's
don't
what
know.
I was getting because there's something unique that I don't normally get that's in this one. Your cast strengths, the higher proofage, they're going to have more aroma. They're going to have more flavors because it's not watered down as much.
Yeah.
So that's something else that you can consider when you're doing that. But you really shouldn't start with 125
No.
proof because it could turn you off of bourbon.
Definitely the
general.
lower proof for sure.
This wasn't too bad going down.
Yeah, so good.
After
Did
I
it
held
burn
in
in
my
your
mouth.
in your
A
mouth?
little bit.
That is
right, yeah,
a
it burned in
weeded
the
bourbon as
mouth.
well. So this
It
is a
burned in
weeded.
my mouth, and then just a little going down, but it didn't bring tears
Okay.
to my eyes.
Well, that was supposed to coat it, so the
Mhm.
second and third one will be a little better.
So the weeded bourbon, it has a lot of the more sweetness in there.
Mhm.
For my smell, guys, I'm going to just stick with cinnamon roll and some yeast bread, something like that. That's two big scents that I got out of there
Yeah.
the most. Our producer gets some kind of floral-y
I
thing.
can't put my finger on it, but there's a floral taste
And I
to
agree.
it. Yeah.
There's the floralness. I don't know if it's a flower or not, but it's something different in here I'm not used to smelling.
Yes.
So when I'm tasting, I'm just doing my acclamations.
You want to put a little water in mine?
Mhm.
Let me try it with that.
Now your water will proof it down,
Yeah.
but it also opens it up.
You might get a different
Sometimes
smell
yeah,
or a different
sometimes.
flavor or taste.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a different smell.
Mhm.
I don't smell the burn anymore.
Okay, yeah, tone that down a little bit for you.
Mm-hmm. I smell apple.
Ooh,
Apple.
you
There
do
you
smell
go.
an apple.
I do.
Look at there, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I smell apple.
And that's something that you do smell a lot in bourbon.
Mm.
The taste is. You do get the cinnamon flavor, of course.
Yeah, I've got that too.
Mm-hmm. But
Got
it's
that.
I
With
can
the
taste.
water, I can
Yeah.
smell I can smell the apple.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I taste the yeast and the corn. I can taste the corn in it.
So you're tasting the ingredients in there.
I can taste the corn and the yeast that they put in it for sure.
Well, it's I'm gonna go for my last one now. I don't know if I've had two or three, but
I don't know. I kind of taste like a pumpkin flavor. I don't know why. Maybe that's the florally. That doesn't seem very flory, does it? But
pumpkin. No, I'm not getting any I'm not getting fruit at all.
like a pumpkin spice.
I'm getting spices.
Nutmeg, maybe.
It's very good.
Did you like it?
I liked it better with the water.
Yes.
And I got
You did
more-
like it better
I
with
got
the
more
water?
taste with
So she liked it better with the water. It brought out more flavors to you. It lowered the proofage. I mean,
Did
it was
you try
somewhere
the water?
between 80 and 90. Huh?
Did
I
you
haven't
try
tried
it?
it with water. I'm gonna have to get a little bit more.
Okay.
So without the water, though, I was trying to think of what else I'm getting. I'm not getting the icy. I'm not getting sweetness.
No.
I got the cinnamon, but it's like there's no sugar. It's just the cinnamon.
This is going to sound funny, but with it just sitting on my palate, I get a hay or grass flavor.
Okay, so Ryan gets grass sometimes, and
Grass, is that what you
Mhm.
said?
so our producer
Like, you know
gets hay or
how-
grass on the after.
I haven't tried
finish.
grass, of course, but you know how freshly mowed grass
Smells.
smells?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of the flavor I get on my palate. Or like
Okay.
a freshly mowed hay.
So you get it. That's your finish. You're
That is-
finishing with some hay.
What
What do you get when you start when it starts?
The cinnamon and the yeast and the stuff like that.
Okay, so I agree with the grains. I
The
taste
corn.
well, it's the
Mhm.
corn and the wheat.
Yes.
I taste those. When I do that, I call it grainy. I say it's grainy, but grainy doesn't mean it's not good.
No.
This is really good. I do taste the grains in it, and that's all right. What disappoints me the most is this is a double barreled, and I don't get a lot of barrel.
No.
I don't get a lot of char. I don't get a lot of that. So that's kind of when I drink a double barreled bourbon, I'm looking
For
for
the
the
barrel,
barrel.
flavor.
Yeah.
and most
Yeah.
of the time I get a toasted marshmallow
Now,
kind of
what's-
campfire thing.
What's
with it.
hers? Hers isn't a double barrel?
No, it's just regular
Regular
wheated,
single.
Yeah.
Do
Okay.
do they use oak barrels?
Yes.
Okay.
So they do them in a brand new
Oak.
charred
Yeah.
oak container.
Okay.
Mhm.
This one is double barreled, so
So it goes
it's
from one
moved to another new charred
Mhm.
oak container. And usually when you do that, they change the chars in there. So one, and then or they'll add a finish like French
Yeah.
oak or something like that. But this is American oak on both of them. And usually when you do that, you taste a lot of the barrel. For some reason, I'm not tasting a lot of barrel. Did you
No.
get any kind of a woody flavor or
No.
char, any kind of like campground
No,
on
I'm
yours?
not that-
Did you taste cinnamon though?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I could.
Well, that's the most.
I think when the burn made me think of cinnamon. Though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like
Well,
that
that's
cinnamon
the-
candy
Uh-huh.
type.
So the
flavor.
most disappointing thing is I'm not getting that campfirey vibe. I'm not getting that feel. But I
No.
do like the way those grains kind of mesh with the sting that I'm getting.
It's
I'm getting a lot of
good-
spices.
Even for the 125 proof, for me it's a good sipper, but the flavors disappear quickly.
Yeah,
In my
that's-
mouth.
This does too, because
Yeah.
I don't have any.
No.
I don't
it's-
have any aftertaste.
Aftertaste,
about it.
yeah.
So it's a short finish, and y'all
Yeah.
are getting a lot of that, and that's coming from someone that doesn't drink a
Right.
lot. So
and this
she's
is
used
very
to.
so it's very beginner friendly.
Yes.
I would say.
Yeah,
when
that's
you-
I would too.
The 91 proof.
If
yeah.
you can drink it without saying
Yeah.
then yes, then it's definitely beginner. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you guys. I bought these so long ago. I don't know how much I paid for them. I did get them both at Liquor Barn, so that's a big kind of a superstore in our
Yeah,
area.
get a good
So
price.
you will get them at MSRP there if you find them. So I got. I think the reason I didn't get the tequila one is because it was over $100.
Maybe.
I'm thinking that the double barreled was around 70 or 80, and I'm thinking this one was around 40 or 50. Don't hold me to that. I don't know.
Seems
but-
about right.
But it seems like that's what I remember paying for these, because this was one that I didn't really know about, and I didn't know if I wanted to pay that much. But once I did and I got it, I was like, well, I'm saving that for Mother's Day.
It is a good burger.
All right, so-
I did
what you
enjoy
get
it.
with
So
your-
I got cinnamon and spice, and I got the corn and the wheat grains. You can really distinguish the grains in this one. Lose the barrel, so that's kind of disappointing. But it's good. It all meshes well
Yeah.
together. They got enough spice in there to cover, the grains, and then you got that little bit of cinnamon, but not in. This is not a sweet bourbon.
Mm-mm.
This is a bourbon that I could have with a meal, and it
Mhm.
wouldn't take away from
Or
that
you
meal.
could have it after dinner and just sip on it.
Well,
later.
you could have it anytime, but I
Yeah.
mean, a real sweet bourbon I don't like to drink with a meal because it just kind of turns. It's hard to find something to mesh with. So when I say a sweet bourbon, I think dessert
Yeah.
after meal.
Right.
So this one here I could drink with my
Did the
meal
water
and
ta-
enjoy. I
change it?
haven't tried it with the water yet.
Okay.
How are we doing on time? We're
We're
doing good.
We're doing good. I didn't know if it would change the taste of it or not.
Did change
And water it down too much?
No. It actually kind of brings out a couple more flavors. I'm gonna take this last sip. The smell doesn't really change. Smell that.
Yeah.
So you didn't smell that before, but did you get anything out of this one that you didn't out of yours? That kind of toned the smell down a lot.
So that waterproofed it down a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, and it brings out. It's really good with water.
Is it?
Yeah.
So maybe with a cube of ice?
Maybe on the rocks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I mean, I liked it.
I could see this on the rocks.
I liked it neat too, but it does something different with the water in there. Man.
So it brings out the flavors a little more.
It gives you a little bit of sweet tweak in there. It's not but it's it may be like a pear sweetness. You had apple, pear.
Bourbon Neophyte says, hello all, you magnificent whiskeys.
Hi, Bourbon Neophyte. Yeah. Welcome back to the show. This is my mother, and it's Mother's Day weekend. So anyway, that's our guest star today. Ryan couldn't make it. And if you see something different with the stream, it's because it's on a phone, because I'm not techie enough to get it done.
He said, hi, Mom.
Hi.
All right, so our producer's reading all the comments. So with the water, the Mary Dowling bourbon, I kind of like it better with the water, and you did too.
I did.
So this may be one that you would drink on the rocks. I did like it neat, but the neat, I think the spiciness kind of took away from the overall flavor.
I don't know if I would drink this with a meal, but just to sit around and sip before or after that's where I would drink it.
So our producer says maybe not with the meal. I say with a meal.
You do say with the meal?
I would drink it with the meal, big time. She would go before or after. I like a sweeter bourbon before or after. This one here isn't sweet.
Bourbon Neophyte wants to know if it's a high rye whiskey.
This one is a wheated. Oh, it's a wheated.
What about the other one?
They're both. They're both. Mary Dowling is this one's with winter wheat, and this one's just a wheated mash bill. And they are produced by Rabbit Hole. So, and I could not get the mash bill that they use. So it's produced by Rabbit Hole there. And if you ever visit the Rabbit Hole distillery like we did, we actually left the Rabbit Hole distillery and walked around the block, remember? Mm-hmm. And we actually seen an entrance to Mary Dowling. Yes. So it was kind of on the back side of the Rabbit Hole distillery. Yes. It was kind of, we couldn't even get in there that day, I don't think. No. And they do not do tours of where the door was to enter for this. There's no tours or nothing. It's because it's produced at Rabbit Hole. Yeah. But I guess they sell it over there and have a kind of a thing. It's good for them to honor there, and they got a cool bottle, so that's always good. I like it with the water. I think the water does give it a little bit of sweet edge. It gives it some kind of fruitiness like a pear. You still get a little bit of those spices, so it kind of reminds me, I know I said pear, but it kind of reminds me of those apples at Cracker Barrel. Mm-hmm. When you got all that goo and mix them up. Yes, sir.
It says, spicy from a wheat. Usually the spice is low and not so pronounced.
It's not. This is 125 proof, so maybe it's the proofage that I'm tasting.
Maybe.
And it is. You can taste without the water. You get a lot of graininess, which I actually kind of like when I can taste the grains.
Well, you want to taste what they're putting in it.
Yes, so I kind of like that, but it had kind of a spiciness that took it.
Yeah.
That blended those grains, so it kind of wasn't like an ancient age or something, because I tasted a lot of the grains with the ancient age. But anyway, it's a real good bourbon. I enjoy it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna try this one too. I'm not gonna give an opinion or anything on this one, but I want to try this one.
Just run some water. Okay.
I got mini glasses.
All right.
And Rye's not here today, so
let's drink.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Is that different? Okay, well then I need some.
It's a lot different.
Okay.
Why did you say for it?
Well, because all that spiciness that you get with this 125 isn't there with this one at all.
Okay, so I didn't do too bad.
No,
you didn't do bad.
Cinnamon and apple.
You did. Yeah, you did good. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the winter wheat. I'm not going to go through it. I just wanted to taste it.
Yeah, to see what the difference is between the two. Oh my good. There's more of a caramel.
Yeah, you get a lot of that the caramelness and stuff like that out of that one. But these two bottles, this is the original winter wheat. This is the double barreled one, and so this one here, I expect what I get. This one here, I didn't get the double barrel and that fire.
No.
So all right, I think I've repeated that a million times.
But that is definitely a different. It's on a different.
It's on a different
Yeah.
level. They're you can't tell that they're brother or sister bourbons. They're totally
Well,
different.
this one is so much darker and everything
Well,
too.
and that
because
goes a
of-
lot with the double
with the
barrel
proof. Oh yeah, the
and
double
the
barrel
proofage
and the
and the probably extra time.
Yeah.
Because it probably had extra time in the barrel.
So
Yeah.
how old are these supposed to be? They don't
Couldn't
say.
get any info.
Bourbon Neophyte says, you see what I'm saying about the wheated whiskey after tasting that winter wheat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one here, you can really get all that sweetness in there with
Oh,
this one.
man.
This is a very good dessert
Oh,
bourbon.
gosh.
Whereas
yeah.
this one I would want with the meal because
Maybe,
it doesn't.
Well, now that I tasted them side by side, yes,
Yeah.
that one would be better.
This one
with
I
the
would
cream.
want for dessert.
Mhm.
So now I usually start different. I usually start with the lower proof and move to the higher proof as the
Yes.
night goes on. But in this way, I would probably eat the meal and have that one for dessert because
Mhm.
this one is not sweet at all. So if you don't want a sweet bourbon,
That
this
one
one's
is-
perfect.
Yeah.
If you want a sweeter bourbon, this is really good.
That's more cinnamon, grainy, yeasty type flavored. This one is more caramely, more florally, more, yeah, it's definitely your dessert
Well,
bourbon
this one
for
here, I mean, the first thing I get, and I told you I wasn't going to rate it or give it anything, but when I drink that, I taste glazed donut. I do. I mean, that's like the first thing I taste. What?
Vicena said, producer is very chatty tonight.
Producer's back there. She's being chatty. She's helping your daddy out. And you can actually hear her more because this phone camera picks up everything. You can hear dogs barking, and the cork pops. So cork pops are back. We may just finish filming with the phone forever.
There you go.
Well, what'd you think, Mom? Did you enjoy the show?
I have enjoyed it thoroughly. Yes.
You didn't come here
too.
expecting to be on the show, did
I
you?
did not. I
Now,
did not.
Emmy
I was
kinda
going-
spoiled it.
I was going
Or
over
our
there
producer.
on the couch.
Our producer
gonna be
kind of
quiet.
spoiled it because you were supposed to be over there. I was going
Oh.
to introduce the show, and then I was like, and I've got a very special guest, and I was going to
Oh, my
have you
God.
come up.
Well,
Well,
I'm-
Bourbon Neophyte said, bring Mom back.
Bring Mom
Bring
back.
Mom back.
Before long, she'll be an expert at this neophyte.
Oh,
You all will be
yeah.
tuning in to see her, and I won't even be up here. She'll have,
No, she'll
she'll
take
have
it
her own
over.
show.
Absolutely.
I'll be like Mary Downing.
There you go.
The mama of bourbon. You be
Yeah,
you'll be the mother of the bourbon
I
basement.
will.
That's
I
right.
am the mother of the
Well,
Bourbon
that's okay.
Basement.
That's right.
Okay. You are.
I am.
All right, so I'll give this a rating, and then I guess we'll close out today.
Okay.
So this one here, I am rating
Mm.
the Mary Dowling Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey Toasted Double Oak Barrel Strength. It is 125 proof. Okay, with that, it tastes 125 proof.
Mhm.
You taste every bit of that
Mhm.
with a big spice. It is double barreled, and you lose every bit of that, which
Yeah.
is disappointing because if you like double barreled things, you like that kind of stuff.
But for the higher proof, it is so smooth.
They're both really smooth.
They are.
And it is 125 proof, and it is smooth but spicy.
Bourbon Neophyte said, call the show Drinking Mom's Whiskey.
That's a
I'm
good
with
one.
you, Bourbon Neophyte, because
Well,
I'm a mama too.
When you
Let's
see
do
that
this.
come up, when you're searching and you see Drinking Mom's Whiskey, tune in. You'll see.
There you go.
You'll
see
see her
Mama
right there.
drinking whiskey, and I might be with her.
Yes, both of y'all up here. All right, so but spicy, lose the barrel. It is smooth, so it's good that way.
Mm-hmm.
Cinnamon, but when I say cinnamon, I say dry cinnamon. And honestly, I'm not rating this one, but I like this one better than this one. And I usually go for the higher proofs.
It's
I'm
funny,
gonna
I do
rate
too.
this.
Just by
You're gonna rate it right there.
As a non-drinker, I did drink this tonight, and I liked it. It's smooth. It didn't bring tears to my eyes. I like it. I will give it a 6.5.
6.5.
That's not too
Yeah.
bad.
And that's
For a
funny you
newcomer.
said that because I'm giving this a 6.5.
Okay.
Are you
All right.
really?
So yeah, did you have a rating on it?
7.4.
7.4.
That's
Whoa, you was
good.
way up
You
there.
I
really
was.
liked it.
All right, so
Yeah.
you liked it a lot better. You liked the smoothness of it.
But
I
on
guess.
the second one,
I can't.
I
7,
gave
8,
it 7.6.
7,
Oh,
6. So you
okay.
liked it better.
I
which
did like it better.
I liked it better too, and I'm not rating that one. I will do a show on this one.
Okay.
This one here, maybe next Mother's Day.
Maybe.
yeah. But this one here, the 6, what I say, 6.5.
Yeah.
The 6.5 on this one, only because I lose the double barrel.
Yeah.
If it was 125 proof bourbon that was not double barreled and didn't advertise double barreled on the label, and it was just like this one, but 125 proof, I probably would have gave it a 7.5.
Bourbonia's fight said, wow, 7.4 on the first and 7.6 on the winter wheat? It's just the taste. Sorry.
It's
the
all about
flavor.
taste.
It's all
We
about
like
the flavor.
we like the taste, and then that's what we're going with. So 6.5 for me, 7.4 from the producer,
Yeah.
6.5 from the
From
mama
a new beginner.
over there
yeah.
from the beginner, and take that, do with what you want, right?
That's right.
All right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the show, but I'm sorry it's time to end. We have a lot of fun doing this, but if you've seen how stressed I was before the show, with the cameras and the audio and all that stuff not working, and then trying to scramble just to do it on a phone and not to be vertical on the phone like we were in Port St.
Yeah,
Joe,
for sure.
and actually got it down here on the horizontal plane.
Yeah. He said taste is subjective.
Always.
You like what you like? No wrong answer.
That's right.
100% true.
Thank you, Neophyte. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching. Everybody tuned in tonight, I thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, share with your friends. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. It's Mother's Day weekend. Very special episode with my mama. And, we tune in Friday nights at 6. We'll be here regardless of how we get the show on the air. It's coming on the air one way or another. We'll have it there. So Fridays at 6, guys, tune in. Tell your friends about it. And why drink alone, guys?
When you can
drink with us.
How about a hug, Mama?
Oh, yeah. Woo. Good
Thank you.
hugs.
All right, I'm going to have
Mama.
another Kentucky hug. You're going to have to somehow end that live stream.
Oh, yeah. I can do
Because I'm already there. Hey, guys,
Hi, guys. Gals.
cheers. We don't know when it's going to end, but cheers. There you go.